Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to do a fun little lick for our Lick of the Week series, and it is economy picked pentatonic phrase. Now this is kind of the style of pentatonics that I like to play when I'm doing some fast pentatonics. I want to kind of create that Eric Johnson or a Joe Bonamassa type of feel. And what's going on is if you follow along with the tab PDF, which you'll be able to get from a download in the video description, you'll see that, you'll see the link in the video description at least. You'll see that we are always going to be picking in the direction of the next string. That if we're changing strings, we're going to keep the same pick motion across, so like economy pick. So just to let you know what that is, if you don't know, if you're on your first string, you got an upstroke, then you're going to be, and you go into the second string, you're not going to hit the second string with a downstroke. You're not going to keep alternate picking. You're going to go up for both of them. It's basically going to be one picking motion, and that's what economy picking is. You're kind of sweeping across the strings, and the separation of the notes comes from the left hand. So we have up, up. Now if we can reverse that and go down, down to go from the second string to the first string. So the idea with this phrase is if we're staying on the same string, we're going to be alternate picking. If we're changing strings, we're always going to be sweep picking. And you can line up all of your mini phrases about any type of scale, pentatonics or whatever, in this kind of format. And this lick is going to show you kind of how to do that. So let's start here. We start with a 4-note phrase that you're probably familiar with if you play pentatonics. We're in E minor here, and we're going to have 17-15 on the first string and then 17-15 on the second string. Probably used to that before, but we're going to pick it a little differently. We're going to start with a downstroke, then up, up, down. So we did two upstrokes across the first string and the second string. Keep in mind, it's really just one upstroke, but see how that stroke is it's just one movement. And then a downstroke here on the 15th fret on the second string. So that's the first group of 4. It's a really effortless way to get really fast pentatonics in the picking hand. Then we're going to come down, and what I did real quick is I kind of doubled. I did a 15-12. Now this 15 is going to be a downstroke because we're coming from that note on the second string, which was a downstroke, which led us back to the first string with another downstroke. Then I'm going to do upstroke on the 12th fret. So those two notes were there just to kind of double those two notes because we're going to do 15-12 again, but it's going to be the first two notes of a 5-note phrase, and it's going to be this. So what's going on there is I'm doing a downstroke again on the 15, upstroke on the 12, then upstroke on the 15 on the second string, then upstroke on the 16 on the third string. So that was a sweep across 3 strings. You got to make sure you separate those notes. We have 12, 15, 16 on the first, second, and third strings, respectively. And then we're going to end that with a downstroke on the 14th fret on the third string. So the whole 5-note phrase starts on the 15th fret. So all together we have so far. And we're going to end this first set of phrase with we just ended with a downstroke here on the 14th fret on the third string, into a downstroke on the 15th fret on the second string, then an upstroke on the 12th. Now that's pretty much the first phrase, and we're going to repeat that using different notes and different patterns of the pentatonic scale. But we have this so far. All right, we're going to shift back. We just did a down and up. Now we're going to do a down, up again. And you're going to see the pattern, the picking pattern is going to stay the same as what we just did. So it goes, now we're in a different pentatonic shape and on different strings. We have 10 and 12, and then, 12 and 10, and then 12 and 9 on the third string there, with the downstroke, up, up, down. That same phrase we did up here, the 4-note group. Then we're going to come to the 10 and 8 on the B string, and once again we're going to lead in. We just ended with a downstroke on the third string, lead into the downstroke on the 10th fret on the second string, then a up, and then we're going to do 10-8 again, but it's going to be the first note of a group of 5, and it's going to go 10-8, then 9 on the third string with an upstroke, and then another upstroke. It got to kind of stretch there to the 4 on the D string, down to the 9 with a downstroke on the D string. So that whole phrase, once again, was downstroke, up, 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 down. It gets effortless after a while as soon as you get a hang of it. All right, that last downstroke is going to lead into a downstroke here on the 3rd string, and we're going to use that to now do more groups of 4, like the first pattern we did here. We're going to do 9, 7 on the 3rd and then the 4th string. And once again, that picking pattern is down, up, up, down. Shift down to the next pentatonic shape down in the key. I'm going to do the same pattern again. Down, 7 and 4 on the 3rd, then 7 and 5 on the 4th string. And that's once again down, up, down. And then down to the last pentatonic shape down here. Same pattern again. This is going to be 4 and 2 on the 3rd and 5 and 2 on the 4th. Down, up, down. So this is all economy picked from here. Okay. When I get to the last note, it was on in this E, which is kind of good to round out in E minor pentatonic. But I'm going to take it up to this high E. And I'm going to do so by doing a phrase of 6 notes. And we're going to ascend to it. So instead of picking through the pentatonic like that, we ended with a downstroke, which is great because one of my favorite ways to play 6s with pentatonics requires a little bit of a stretch, but we go downstroke here, the 2nd fret, upstroke on the 5th fret on the same string, and then the 7th fret on the same string. So that's all on the D string. Down, up, down. Now this last downstroke will take you to the 3rd string, 4th fret, another downstroke, and then another downstroke at the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. 3 downstrokes in a row there. Then end it with an upstroke on the E note, which is at the 5th fret on the 2nd string. All right, so all together, the whole thing, we have this. All right, so it just kind of shows you some ways that you can combine these economy picking with pentatonics and create those like flowing pentatonic sounds that you hear Joe Bonamassa and Eric Johnson mainly do. And it's a really fun technique, and I hope this will kind of show you how to put that kind of stuff together so you can create your own licks. And just follow the PDF tab tutorial and really get a grasp of what's going on, and try to be creative and see if you can come up with your own patterns. All right? So have fun with it. I'll see you guys soon at GuitarLessons365.com. Bye-bye.